wonder if Final Fantasy XI has free weekends. Remember now, if ever you found Tataru and Limsa no Minsa. Oh, a bunch of shit went down, Moonville here. Bunch of shit went down. My, it sounds like as if she had quite an adventure. And while it did not end as she hoped, I suspect it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. Okay. Okay, so now we've jumped. Yeah, so there's 4 missions left. Cool. As though recent events weigh heavily on our minds, we must needs set them aside for now. Fun. We are come to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defence in Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbours to the north to fight in common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should be, at the very least, serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We've missed the Dravanians and Asians both against desperate odds. We have fought and won. But as the primals still plague us and the Empire still plots our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkable though they are, we're bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith and before our eyes in this very room. Our dear friend Moonbreeder. This, the victory we have wrought, and it is bitter ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and for all our allies we in attendance, it is our duty to present a united front that we might serve as a beacon of hope to all. Funny. It seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. Instructed the other submitters in Eldar that we might make our grand entrance together. Fortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tataru and Namin on note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of this fragrant chamber. A bun. Off to the big soiree, Naive. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look best pleased, lass. Something on your mind? I found him. He's been murdered and stuff. Somebody murdered the fuck out of him. But the navigator, Wilred's dead. God damn it. They must know that we've been rumbled. I mean, sod it. 'Tis past time we had this talk. After our conversation, I got to thinking about the certain funds we're coming from. So I had to dig around on the quiet. And sure enough, found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of the Dodo Consortium. Daft name for a business, if I ever heard one, which is what gave me the first inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again, found another half-dozen donations from organisations, stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. They were all owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. He showed us up for the amateurs we are, short calling one of his businesses the bloody Bribery Consortium. I don't know what he could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men over the first and third are taking Telegelegi's coin, but now we know some of them were, and I wager my right eye that they're the ones that did for Wilred. But earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions, bound to attack Trenton, he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't, gods damn me. Still, I don't see what Telegi hopes to accomplish. He had a scheme with all the care of a drunk piston into the wind. He still missed it though. No, he's cleverer than this, so we need to be clever too. There's only one way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have my word. And you know the rule, right? If there's ever a secret traitor in an organization, it's always the one person that's above suspicion, which is the leader. And I have, mind yourself when you're in Old Dare, we're heading into a storm. I can smell it. I've just ruined about 40 films for you, by the way. It's not 40, but it's at least 2. It's a few films. It's more than 2. It happens frequently enough that I've noticed about it anyway. The kind that'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. But they do a good job because, like, it means both of those dudes' friends are traitors. And that's, like, a bit cruel to do. But he's gone soft, isn't he? As in to say he's not a dick. No. Ah! I believe we have one more quest away. Don't jump off this time, John. That's interesting that he noticed. Been waiting for you and I have celebrations due to begin shortly. I'd hope we might take our introductions together, but Mistress Miqo'te just sent word that you're needed at the quicksand. We'll go on ahead now. Pray join us once matters of the quicksand have resolved. And he's going to talk to me, right? Give my regards to Miqo'te. Let her know that I will call upon her anon. Yeah, that's a better system. I likes it. Appreciate you dropping in such short notice, Dave. Know you've got places to be, but won't waste your time. Your friends of the Crystal Waves by the name of Alien, aren't you? Former adventurer, come to think of it. Pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Well, anyway, she came round for a meal not too long ago. Before she left, asked you to give me a message. Said if the others ended up dragging you to a feast, I was to see that you got to it before you made your grand entrance. Meeting at the Western Station, Western Coffin and Coffin. There must be something I can show you in a short message. Grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched the food too. Under the circumstances, I'd have thought. I'd have is an interesting word. Those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to ask your thoughts on a gentleman caller. Being distracted. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander. All too soon, the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file your mind's eye. Solemn procession. Clearing ahead, you scan the horizon, but see no signs of Alian. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Kikern and the buzzing of syraphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bound your head only to notice a vial laying at your feet. Naive, is that you? What brings you out this way? Oh, nice, you fuck. What have you done? Lieutenant Alian, why no, I haven't seen her about. How did she come this way? I guarantee we'd have crossed past. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. But to patrol the city's environs on account of the royal banquet, captain's orders, you understand. Speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the others, honoured guests, enjoying a well-deserved respite. I pray return to Aldan, I have. The chance to meet the lieutenant, I'll tell her that you are here. But I've got giant bunny ears. You can't talk in my presence, buddy. I'll hear you.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Something fucky's going on. Hello, Duncan. Why is there a red circle? What a halo, sir. I reckon you'd head straight to the feastful meeting at the pavilion. What's the matter? No appetite? She wasn't there, but this was, eh? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's file. Beyond that, I can't say. Might be the best if you hold onto it for safekeeping, though. Any road. No use worrying about Alien. I'm sure she'll turn up before too long. When she does, we'll find out soon enough what this is all in aid of. Besides, you've got more important things to think about. Hardened glass. Would you believe that while you're away, another message arrived for you? Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. Seems Grace desires a private audience. And her handmaiden will meet you in the royal promenade to escort you to the Sultana's chambers. What are you waiting for? Go! Go on then! Go! 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 What are you waiting? Go! There's a bot there.
You needn't trouble yourself so.
Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor. If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light.
I am.
determined face.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now, but I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
She will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required her attention, but it did not sound serious.
Matter. Thank you for coming, madam. I was most eager to speak with you. You require a moment to compose yourself before our audience. May I have it? If you're ready, I'm ready. I've been ready. Several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time. If you're about to go to delivery, please pick up the delivery. Right, I have to cut this into... I would have liked this to be cut... Yeah, doesn't matter. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Well, I should have put cooking on.
Enter.
Okay, I'm just gonna put some... I'm just gonna heat the I'll be right back. You know what? I've changed my mind. I changed my mind. Let's just continue. I won't do any cooking.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in and take your ease.
We're all got to take ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde."
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
Such noble words after the fact.
But he gave us like an entire unit. Like, he gave more than everyone else out.
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any. Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one.
Woo! Yeah! Speech! That was a great speech. Push him over.
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon.
There's a lot of probably nothing. It's probably nothing. Probably nothing, this. No, probably nothing. Probably nothing.
You wished a word, Yu Hase?
You may go.
Your Grace.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion.
You just went bloop bloop bloop. Wonder why.
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
No expression from Bunny.
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few.
The equitable. She didn't pronounce the T in that word.
Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me?
If I ever become evil, I'm going to be so powerful. Happy Bunny.
I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express. much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
I'm not reflected in your giant jewels. Not a happy bunny. This is genuinely a really cool moment. I don't think I saw it coming. It feels very Game of Thrones inspired though. Like this entire story does, actually.
Your Grace! Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine? You did this!
Nope, no I didn't.
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects, and the room has but the one entrance.
Fucking poison, mate.
I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
Angry bunny.
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander.
Oh,
The
no.
salvation of Eorzea.
I like that there's two stories that have scapegoats in. And they're both the little people. Because you Hasi, you're supposed to think, oh, well, he's the villain behind this, from their perspective. But no, it's an ill bird. And he's not even a bird, or ill.
What is the meaning of this?
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See. I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
A surprise attack?
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away.
I think Emmerich actually has a genuinely English accent. I could be wrong though. He just sounds. He sounds like he could be a voice in the Castlevania series because everyone sort of comes from that area. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's just a really good actor. The voices, you know.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor. Come, Lucia.
But this story will have no payoffs because somebody had different plans, and it's really good, and I hate that they didn't follow through. Because I hope maybe Heaven Sworn is good, but I think so many things are done really well in this, like the fact that like it's really easy to be like Teleji, that fuck. Directed by Cat Girls.
Whatever is going on in there? Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Scions!
You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
You're worse at doing a London accent than I am, eh?
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts. You'd best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
We're doing lots of whispering. We're very concerned about the things that are going on right now. Mama.
You go too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent? You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant. I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis. I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity.
We better murmur among ourselves. Murmur.
Bring in the prisoner.
So when I do that, I forget because it minimises the sound. You can't actually hear the murmuring when I pretend to murmur. I'm not happy, bunny.
woman stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamu ul Namo, and is suspected accessories to the crime. All members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
This is madness!
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
It doesn't. My tail's like short and it's a bunny tail.
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison Her Grace was found upon the assassin's person.
That's clever. I like how they set that up as well. What was I going to say? I don't think I actually have a bunny tail. I don't think Fiera do.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience? Who persuaded Her Grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could scarcely imagine.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh yes, I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend. I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces. Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead.
The other thing I like about this is he spent the entire game being called a mad bull.
I want to see the Sultana.
And I'm like, is he a mad bull? What's he done that's deserving of that?
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
This cannot be. Nanamo. No!
But it wasn't kidding when it said several cutscenes to play at once.
Plainly, the Royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you.
I also enjoy so much.
You should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
That he's like, you fuck, you did this, and kills him immediately. Spoiler warning, that's what's gonna happen. And I just fucking love it. Like, there's none of this politics for this guy. And it, obviously it's a terrible thing for him to do, it's stupid.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
It was very obviously you! You little sketchy fuck.
What? Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
But yeah, it's an incredibly stupid thing for him to do, but like, very satisfying. for somebody to just go, no, this is a fucking farce, and heads are gonna roll. But like, there's no way to behave in polite. But like, I like some.
Your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow syndicate members. You're one of them. You've been in league with the Scions all along.
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Raban! Seven hells!
Oh, yeah.
Admiral, we must leave.
The cutscene won't really make much sense if we're still here. Because why wouldn't we help otherwise? That's the only weird bit that is like, alright, well, tipper. Awkwardly walk away.
How unlike you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so easily.
Take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide. And arrest this traitor as well.
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have. You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You die!
And you watch this and you're like, oh, that guy's going to be important next game. Some silly faces in this as well.
I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand. Flee this place. Clear your names. Find out who's behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
Bun.
Ah, there you are.
Thank
Tancred! Where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers. When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share poor Nanamo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe is thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papa Shan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Nanamo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
I have a hand. It's now a fist.
The rest of you go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Tancred's.
It's not going to keep the tiny people out anyway. They can just go through the bars.
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Just teleport with the crystals. It's a sad Minfilia.
Now look what you've done.
Oh, she might need a new helmet after all.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
Oh, hello, Uchi.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the 7th Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
We've been betrayed.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Your masters? I did see the FF16 trailer. Look good. Gotta wait half a year to play it though.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Popolimo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last.
Shapunch!
Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Not bad. I got my my food delivered, my Christmas food. I got some cheese and crackers. Got some bloop 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 in the air. Okay, there we go. It's gone. I'm doing the final quest. No, go away, bloopy bloop. Go. This will be the end of Realm Reborn, and then I can finally begin Heaven's Sword today. So I booked a day off work, as you can see, and I've not paid for this.
Such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
I was given 4 free days of Final Fantasy 14 to play, which I thought, okay, yeah, I'll try and play that before Crisis Core comes out. I finished Dirge of Cerberus as well.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Gonna cook some food in a bit for lunch. I thought I'd do this first. It's taking a little bit longer. Cat ears picked up something. Not a sense. How did our cat ears get stuff before my bunny ears?
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two, go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
So this is a really cool bit of this story where somebody gets assassinated, and it turns out like a bunch of stuff we've done have been a bunch of really stupid mistakes because we've an entire organization we've built up as secretly being paid by evil people. And like it's all set up really like well, and we have some new villains, and everyone's going to do this sacrifice, but it has nothing to do with the plot of Heaven's Sword, and it was clearly written by somebody else. So as soon as we go into the next story beat, it's just going to go, oh, that doesn't really matter. And it's really annoying because like they did a really good job of this plot, and then it's just like, yeah, but it's not the bit that the next person cares about, so we're just going to downplay certain elements. Like, oh.
What do you mean to do?
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
I think. I'd have to go into the Heaven's Sword, but I think the person who's been murdered isn't really dead. The general has seemed to have lost an arm, so that happened. About 4 people are going to sacrifice themselves out here. I'm pretty sure they're all fine. They all get away somehow. Yeah, well, yeah, it'd have to be. It's like the longest one as well. But yeah, just because of the way it works. Because they keep doing DLC, right? So people have to keep coming back to it. It wouldn't surprise me.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
I, of course, as you full well know, have my ambition of completing all the Final Fantasy games. Even the weird side games I probably don't count. Apart from like the 11th one or possibly Crystal Chronicles. Pretty sure some of those games would be impossible. It'll be a headache to stream. I'll see how I feel about them when I get to those particular games, I guess. Means I do have to play this as well. As long as I'm not paying for it, I'm happy. I've completed Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 7 Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy Legend, Final Fantasy Adventure, at least the remake of Final Fantasy Adventure, Sword of Mana, and Final Fantasy Mystic and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Thank you, Frank Red. I am at least a quarter of the way through Vagrant Story, which I don't know if that counts as a Final Fantasy. It certainly has it overlap. I am at least a quarter of the way through War of the Lions, Final Fantasy Tactics remake. I have watched the 1994 anime Final Fantasy the sequel to Final Fantasy V, which is a bit rubbish. I have watched Final Fantasy VII Last Order. I am halfway through watching Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. I got bored and I paused it, and I'll have to finish it at some point. And that's, I think, where I am. I think that's all that I've played so far.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
Yes, I'm not a massive fan of Final Fantasy 15, won't lie, never finished it. I will have to, because those are the rules, right? And I've got, like, it's not like 11. The only reason Crystal Chronicles and 11 have been singled out is because they're both a massive pain in the arse to play. 15, like, being not great is not a good enough excuse not to play it, unfortunately. The only other exception I'm making is Kingdom Hearts definitely is Final Fantasy adjacent, but fuck playing Kingdom Hearts, that's an entire separate project.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
Also, I'm not 100% sure about Chocobo Dungeon. Doesn't have the word Final Fantasy in its name, but it definitely is also Final Fantasy adjacent. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I've got a website that has them all on. I've been meaning to make a little video where I introduce and like where I do like a hello, I'm John Proxy, I'm playing Final Fantasy 1, and then I'll do Final Fantasy 2, and like we'll clip them all together, and then it will show me defeating the final bosses of those games.
Now would be a good time, milady.
But that requires editing time. It's going to take a while. I should have started it when I finished Final Fantasy 1, to be honest. No, I don't want to skip. I just wanted to go to the next line. Yes. What's up?
Forgive me, Mitra.
Ooh, I've not played Sekiro. I'm a bit too nervous to play Sekiro. Maybe one day. Did do Elden Born, of course. But Sekiro doesn't allow me to level past things. It's not fucking farewell. You're both fine. Cheeky fucking game with its pretend sacrifice. So I'm just going to try and get rid of the bloopy bloop. I might be wrong. Maybe there is consequences, but I don't think there are.
She speaks to me. No.
But all the systems are designed so you can play it.
You must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
Not a happy bunny.
You must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions and for all the realm. As long as your flame continues to burn, the light of the dawn may ever be relit. You must escape and save Eorzea from those who would plunge it into darkness. Tis the only way.
Put my collar down because it's a silly collar. But good luck, though. It's also the sort of game I'd be forced to play on stream, right? And like that, I'd be really nervous about being poor at it on stream. But it's definitely doable. I know because I watched the 6-hour video. I watched 2 3-hour videos of Noah Gervais, and he's played it through. Alphano and some dwarf. Not dwarf.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others?
Oh, I don't want to skip cutscene. No. They've all sacrificed themselves. They're all dead. They're definitely dead.
Taleji played me for a fool. I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt the blade at my back.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and Ul'dah.
Who the fuck are you? No, I don't. That's football. I with the kicking and go. No, I don't. I do not watch the World Cup. Apparently, I have all the patience in the world for like old JRPGs, but as soon as you introduce football, I'm bored to tears.
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
Do you like that they use Bremont for this? When you very first start this game, you're just an adventurer riding into town, and that's the last time we saw him. So it was a good way to end the story.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
I should have put the cooker on. I was gonna. Dwarves are actually introduced to this game, aren't they?
There, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour, said her brother was having some trouble down in Ul'dah and likely needed a helping hand getting away. Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as we're pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
Bunny.
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
And who might you be, young sir?
I said Christmas celebrations. I should have said Birthmas. We don't celebrate Christmas in this house. My God, it's him! I still don't recognise you.
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames. I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified. The blame plainly lies with the Monitarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
There's a word I don't hear very often.
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. It was only as we were leaving Uldar that I learned of father's fate.
Oh, so they just introduced Raban. Is it whose son? Is it Raban?
Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Then you needn't travel no further than...
Oh, Blackbrush. Sorry, I accidentally clicked. If you click on this bit of the controller...
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation. But in the end...
moves it forwards. Doesn't even matter. You have to fall to lose it all.
It was I who needed saving.
No, that's not the lyrics. You're terrible at writing lyrics. Alpha no. More like Alpha no good at quoting Linkin Park lyrics. Am I right? I am right. I'm correct in that assessment. Look at the birds. Them soldiers keep searching for a while. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Uldar, get lay of the land, maybe provide distractions if needs be. You three wait here. They'll be along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. Bunny, yes. Human nod. Alright, let's go. There we go. We have one more quest to go, and we're finished. Like part 2 of Final Fantasy 14, because there's the original game. Well, part 3. There's the original game, which I can't play because they deleted it. There's Realm Reborn, which I've completed. Then there's like 7 mini expansions or 5 mini expansions, 6 mini expansions, which leads you to the 3 expansions. And that's got a name as well. That's called A Realm Awoken. There we go. No, Realm Awoken is just a patch. The 7th Astral Era. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6. And then, of course, then we can start Heaven Swords, the first paid expansion. Can I hand in this quest first? Is the World Cup doing good? Are people winning the games? I feel like half the people win the games, right? That's how that works. Most unassuming folk can prove to be our greatest allies. The fellow was a passing merchant, yet he lent us aid without a moment's hesitation when he hinted concern for his own safety. So I'm told it's a game of two halves, though I can well imagine how a man could feel inspired to risk all your presence. Father often spoke of you, Naive, and long have I looked forward to our first meeting. Needless to say, this is not how I envisioned it. Master Avano, you must not give in to despair. That would only play into our enemy's hands. So long as you and Naive are free, we may still set things right. Forgive me, Marshal Terrapin, but I... Alphino, my boy, sorry to keep you waiting. It's Sid, yes, we do have allies. Sid, what are you doing here? Pulling you out the fire, as usual. Your merchant friend told me everything. Truly, then he is no merchant but an angel in peddler's clothing. But tell us, how do you intend to bear our friends to safety? I hid the Enterprise, but a short distance away. All I need is destination. We must find a place beyond the reach of both monoturists and the Crystal Berry Braves. Coethus, Ishgard will not suffer the intrusion of foreign forces in their territory. That settles it. With me, everyone. Not I fear. I must remain here. I dare not abandon Ulder to the monarchists and their cronies. You may be certain that they will seek to defame you, both here and in the other city-states, but know that I shall do my utmost to thwart their every effort. Frankly, I do not expect much of a challenge. The small folk will not turn so easily on the Warrior of Light and her allies, no matter what the monarchists claim. Master Terrapin, I know not what to say. Ha! Now that father would labour to believe, but enough talk, you must go, Master Alphino. Your airship awaits. Up, there's no rest for the righteous. Yeah, the only sport I watch is wrestling. Which possibly does not count as a sport. Because I don't watch actual wrestling, I watch professional wrestling. Well, it's been a while. Taking a break from it. Some game juice. We should make for the Camp Dragonhead and speak with Lord Harshafant. Mayhap something with the good. I don't know, I accidentally clicked too early there. Gamer juice. Probably could have just flown there. I'm pretty sure we're right there. Like I can see in the distance. Yeah, this took me about an hour longer than I thought it would, which means it's kind of awkward to cut up, but we'll figure out what to do later. Stefano told me of your tale, Naive. It warms my heart that you should turn to me before all others. I shall endeavour to deserve your trust. Like the first time I got here, I was just like, oh god, we've been betrayed by everyone, and this Harshafant is a true bro. The situation has grown more complicated in your absence. It would be best if I explained in full. So this is Before the Dawn. This is our last quest, and probably what I will name this video when it goes on YouTube. Times of trouble, there are a few more things precious than unconditional support.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault, and 'tis said several wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard, and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment.
Loss.
Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard.
Our dog was lost in the fog, and while we waited, we drank hot coffee.
As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, Any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Fortom. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Uldar will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence. You once fought to preserve the honor of my dear friend. 'Tis a blessing that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Funny. Okay, so we're not quite done yet. The night is darkest before the dawn, of course. Okay, I think I'm gonna put. Give me a second. I'm gonna put the cooker on now. I didn't mute that, did I? Let's return. Right. I shall put on some beef burritos, an item I did not order, so I'm curious as to see what they replaced. But let's watch several cutscenes, shall we? For the dawn. Oh no, Naive, is it really you? I'm so happy that you are not dead. I tried contacting Minfilio and the others, but no one would respond. And then Crystal Braves, our own people, turned on us in the marketplace. Flamin, I don't know how you pronounce that name, told me to run, and so I did. And I ran and ran until my lungs burned and my feet ached. I lost my way, and then... Fortunately, I observed some of the Braves behaving suspiciously beforehand. Oh, yeah, the Domans. Yes, my mask. It was lost in the struggle. Pity, isn't she? I don't know, I think they should have made him more look more dragon. I think you got lazy there, Final Fantasy. I think Germans could have been more interesting looking. Should have went full lizard. Anyway, after Yuguri found me, we travelled to Vesper Bay and met up with Orianche. When we told him what had happened, he used his magics to weave a glamour around the Waking Sands. On the outside, our old headquarters now looks like an abandoned storehouse. The transformation didn't take long either. Apparently Henri started making preparations after the Imperial attack, just in case the Empire ever chose to pay us another visit. Good thinking, eh? Sorry, where was I? Oh, yes. So we waited there at the Waking Sands, hoping others would come, but no one else did. My people are searching for other scions, even as we speak, but we have met no success as of yet. I'd hoped that you might be able to suggest further places to look, but you should know the Rising Stones did not share the Waking Sands' good fortune. Only Crystal Braves await you there. Be that as it may, we have yet to have cause to hope, do we not? What? If the two of you escaped, it's not impossible the others could have done so as well. You may have been forsaken by men in the moon, I believe true, but rest assured that the people of Derma stand with you. We welcome this opportunity to repay our debts. We shall continue our efforts and locate the others and see the Scions restored to their rightful place of honour. Bunny, yes.
"'Tis all my doing. I believed myself the only one who truly understood Eorzea's woes. And look what that arrogance has wrought. I gave commands, influenced governments with my certainty. I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions themselves as pawns in my great scheme to save the realm. But in my headlong rush into imagined glory, I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod. The salvation of Eorzea. What was it that I hoped to achieve?
Yeah, it's too tight. It's too tight.
Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty?
If I have it up like this.
The Empire and the Ascians? And find homes for every refugee?
The refugees just saved us, buddy. If I have it up like this, then I look like Cloud, because he has his thing up as well. Just like Cloud, there's no difference now.
Oh, yes. I was so very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos. 'Twas all but a means to feed my own vanity. Only when all is lost do I finally realize the truth.
Oh, Alfino.
Oh, you got a voice?
So, Master Alfino, are you content to remain a broken blade? Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you? What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side? I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing the air again with your customary wit.
I hardly deserve such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alfino, if I may? Should this place not serve our purpose, then we shall go to Ishgard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight.
I think this might be the first time Totoro actually has a voice.
Be it in the snow or in the clouds, we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
So I'm pulling the mic towards my face.
You are right, Totoro. Thank you. And thank you for your kind words, Lord Orchefon.
But fuck you, Warrior Light, you didn't say shit.
That Eorzea yet has her guardians. The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be remiss of me to discard it all in a fit of self-pity.
A fitty.
Let us then resume our journey, together, one step at a time.
That wasn't so long. Oh, there we go. We're at the end. We finished the game. Cool. I'm going to go quickly put some food on as well, but I'm not going to turn this on and off until the credit screen has finished. Obviously, though, thank you very much for watching. I didn't... What's the thing? Give me a brief second. I believe it's 25 minutes. I mean, not the credit screen, I mean my food. Where did I... Oh, no, where did I place the... I think it's 25 minutes. Big burritos. 25 minutes. Okay, yeah, sure. Right. But yeah, it's neat that we get a credit screen. That's blocking my face, isn't it? Let's put the timer on. I should say, of course, that I have a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/c/JohnStruck. I have a Twitch. It's twitch.tv/JohnStruck. I've got Discord. Look on my Twitch. It says it there somewhere. But yeah, it's nice that like the Between story gets its own credit screen. Put the timer on, John. There we go. Probably could have done that a little earlier. But yeah. Who's Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh is in this game? Justice! I don't remember Gilgamesh. Nibriala is there we go. It's Gideon Emery. Yeah, I told you so. This is the same voice as both here. He's just doing a squeaky voice like this, but I could tell it was him. But yeah, this is the end of Realm Reborn, technically speaking. An end of the 7th Astral Era, and an end of Before the Fall. So I'm gonna need to replace this screen here with a Heaven's Sword one. So I'll fetch while I'm cooking. There's the Holy See. Oh, I'm actually covering up his Holy See because you can't see him. This says thank you right now. There he is. But I of course have been with John Struck. I'm going to remove that, thank you. We'll put it back on in a second. I have played a bit of Heaven's Sword. I played it during the pandemic. It was the first time I got there. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. During the pandemic, I was... like a bunch of my friends who were less hermit-y than me needed like to hang out with people, so I started doing exercise on this. I'm holding an exercise machine right now. There we go. It's Shiva. So I was doing exercise while playing this game, and I got a character, and I got all the classes to level 50, and I was like, because you can do that on the free version. And then I was like, well, I need to pay for it now if I want to play more. So I bought the game, and then a week afterwards, they were like, we're extending the free time to like level 60. And the Heaven's Sword is also free. And I was like, well, what about me? I've just bought the game. I was like, no, not for you. Like, I literally... It didn't come out a week later. They announced it a week later. But, like, it took a few weeks. Like, I would have waited happily. I'm still slightly angry. That they fucking did that they waited a week until I'd finished, because I would have happily played for free. I wouldn't need to. It's one of the reasons why I'm only ever playing this on the free weekends, because I resent the fuck of having to pay for it. But yeah, I've managed to get all the way to Heaven's Sword without paying for anything. But like, we're not completing Heavensward in 2 days, are we? So, we still have other Final Fantasies to play before that, of course. It is, of course, my ambition, as I said earlier. To play completing all the Final Fantasy games. In the weird side games, they probably don't count, apart from like the 11th one or possibly yada yada yada, because of the reasons. The point is, like, I'm only at Final Fantasy 10, really. I just jumped ahead because it was a free weekend. So there'll probably be a free weekend before I get to Final Fantasy 14 again. So we might... I don't know how long it will take me to do Heavensward. Of course, Crisis Core comes out tomorrow. Unfortunately, I had a birthday to go to, which, you know, I very much enjoyed going to. But it meant that my weekend was cut up in such a way that I couldn't play this earlier. Also, Dirge of Cerberus took slightly longer, but I could have pushed myself to finish that earlier. It's a weird costume she's wearing. It's like... I feel like she'd feel very vulnerable at all times. I know she's not a warrior, she just has magic visions, but still. It's not reales. Now if I click this, yeah, I just want to move the cursor out of the way. Now I don't want to pause the scrolling. I'll tell you what, I will scroll slightly faster though. There we go. I'm counting this as completing a game though. 7th Astral Era. Gets a credit screen. But yeah, I should say, you know, any follows or likes or whatever, I appreciate, because it's a credit screen and I always leave it to a credit screen to express that. Got myself a cardigan. I've been buying my clothing at Tesco's, which is awful, but it's convenient, and I decided to go to Matalan, which is like the next tier up. It's still pretty rubbish, but it turns out better clothing, and now I can wear something. The problem with like all my clothing has hoodies, and I can't wear another hoodie on, because then you got 2 hoods and it's stupid. So I needed a cardigan, and I've got one now. It's quite warm, but you can't see it, but it like doesn't quite fit. I'm a weird shaped person. It's just got like extra bit. It's really annoying. Like an extra bit. I don't need this bit. Let me have less. Because I'm short. It's not. Clothing's not designed for short people. Also has a zip on the. It has this zip. You can see the zip. Hang on, not this zip. This zip here. But it's got a second zip. It's got this zip here. Why does it need 2 zips? So I can have like a cape instead. I don't want a cape. Who knows? No one wants a cape. I mean, I'd sort of like a cape, but not like a cardigan cape. That's weird. Oh look, it's a drawing by the dude. That's cool. All the scions, I guess. Are these the scions and the Mad Bull and stuff? Maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna put that down. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, this is on pause, which is why it's on day dash dash dash. It's the resolution, as in New Year's resolution. And it's December, it's Birthmas. So I'm having a few treats, hence the shopping I just got. And it will resume properly, and I'll change the colour again. January 1st as resolutions, and I'll see how far I can get it up. We'll see if I can beat my record of like 660 or whatever it is. Oh, I just got a message. I can check my phone. Where is my phone? Is it on hand? It has to be on hand because I set a timer. Let's check that, shall we? Am I muted? I'm not muted. See what message somebody sent me. I'll read it to myself. Okay, somebody. Oh, okay. I've got to reply. I won't. Doing a private conversation. What are you doing here? Watching my private conversation. Sorry, it won't be a second. I mean, we're on a credit screen. I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone is going to cut away. Although there's somebody here, probably Uji still. Hello. Sorry about this. There's a lot of people who make this game. There we go. It doesn't go faster, unfortunately. I can skip, of course. Well, I can hide it if you want to just see the picture. I don't like the idea of skipping it, though. Watch the credit screens. But yes. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at Heaven's Sword. Where's our snail? The Formosa group. Yeah, I wish I pressed the fast forward button earlier, but I think we're at the end? I may have to take this off because there might be like one final scene, right? Well, I want to see if they say "and you," because I enjoy being thanked. NVIDIA Alienware. Logical. Yeah, and all Final Fantasy 14 players. That's me. Oh, but the credits were 2015. So, was I playing before 2015? Maybe. I don't know if I count now. Did you thank me or not? Yeah, I probably played before. Of course, I played before Final Fantasy 15. Oh, fuck! Get rid of the snail. Secret scene.
All has been arranged as you desired, my lord.
Naprialis is no more. Why isn't his voiced? And the Ardor was not his to invoke. His demise was of his own making. Nevertheless, it concerns me. They have extinguished that which should rightly be eternal. Mayhap he was not wholly mistaken. Greater haste may be warranted. We are of one mind. Northern lands, then. The earth is fertile, and the seeds well sown. By my will, they shall reap salvation, unlike any the world has known. By his will. By his will. I have answered thy summons, emissary. Speak, make thine intent known. Oyonje, what's happening? Actually, completely forgot about this scene. I would speak of fate, Archon. Yours, mine, the fate of this very star. I don't.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond.
You're the tiny dragon.
Delusion. Despair. Death.
Diath. I think it's Diath.
Find naught else here.
Yeah, right. My bunny senses are telling me I will find loads more here. To preserve the dawn's light, the heroes journeyed north. Their hearts filled with hope and eyes fixed heaven's ward. It's the name of the game! Yeah, they said the name of the game! A new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Right. We are done. The next time we come aboard, it'll be a new game, technically, sort of, maybe, perhaps a little bit. Thank you very much for watching. I won't belabor the point because we had an entire fucking credit screen. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but I didn't mean to press that button. Thank you very much for watching. I've been the John Struct. I've been having a Final Fantasy 14 around Reborn. Fuck, I've forgotten the name of the chapter. The time before the end. The adventure. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Where's the snail? Where's the snail?